Hello. Welcome. Good day to you. It's another lovely modding day. Jumping right into it. I don't know if I have music right now, actually. My monitor looks kind of, hey, morning, sector. Gonzo, hello, thank you so much. Can you guys hear the music, by the way, playing? I think my music is, and my desktop sound in general is borked at the moment. Oh, you can hear a little. Okay, that's good. Hey, Altariel, good morning. Thank you for hopping in, everybody. So glad to see you all. Don't hear the music. It's very, very quiet. Okay, that's kind of what I'm going for. Let me turn. How about now, huh? I don't want it to be too loud, though, so. It's almost too loud for me locally. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I need a sip of coffee here. And so jumping right into it, going on the list of things, we'll go into detail after going at the high level list, but Emacs update. I made some major changes to my Emacs setup this past week. Robowind is launching. Our friend Shadow Mimicry gave me the good news overnight, and we're going to be working today to get that out along with 5.10. Chat overlay, might have noticed, long promised, it's here. Audio on my gaming rig. If you were on last week's stream on Sunday, you could actually hear me blabbering while playing. Big thanks to Settiness, my audio guru, who is also a fellow Linux user and happened to know about the various headaches I was going through specifically. So we put our heads together. In less than 10 minutes, we had it solved. It was awesome. Gameplay streaming, I'm doing it every week, I guess. Maybe Sunday is the gameplay day, right? We got to take Calix on his trip through Vardenfell, right? And only in 1080p, though. When I do it at the native resolution of my display, everything is bad, and it's a slideshow. So, but in 1080p, it's fine. Possibly because of my potato internet, I have a very, very bad cable uplink in kind of a rural area, so fiber's like less than a mile away, but they're just not here yet. It would be so great. So yeah, anyway, we're there. 5.10 almost done. MOMW Post Processing Pack, and we'll do a deploy as needed today. Gonna do some hacking on the website. So going back up to here though, I just for a while have been having kind of a painful experience. Maybe you noticed some shenanigans while editing Python code with my Emacs setup. It was starting to get a little bit rotty. Yeah, right. I actually had fiber for like 6 years, and it was amazing. I had like a massive uplink, you know, and no outages, and it was great. But yeah, you know, just lots of, in general, you know, particularly with Python, but in general, right, like lsp-mode is awesome. If you're coming from an editor like VS Code, it will provide you the UX you're looking for. It will install language servers for you and all kinds of cool stuff. Gives you lots of like visual. But I decided, you know, Emacs 29 saw eglot being built into Emacs actually. And Flymake here actually has been built into Emacs for a while. We also have use package now built into Emacs. So significant chunks of my config now could just be, you know, tossed out. And so I gave it a try. And I really, really like eglot a lot. It's just well made. I can see why they included it into Emacs. People were a little, should we do this? When they first announced it, but it's so good. And I mean, nothing, you know, Flycheck is great. It's fly, baby. But Flymake also pretty fly too. I actually don't notice the difference. Seems like this combo of eglot and Flymake might be a little snappier, you know? And then, yeah, just having use package in Emacs is probably one of the most powerful changes they've done in a long time. Makes configuring things sanely, easily, you know. And as I've mentioned before, Emacs is my second favorite engine to mod. And so that's why it's a big deal here. And you'll see once we jump into editing some Python code, it will be hopefully apparent the difference. Less busy user interface, more just what I want, you know. So I'm excited. Robowind is launching. I don't know when I'm exactly going to hear back from Shadow Mimicry, but possibly after the stream, Gonzo and I are just going to jump right in, and, we got a couple other things that we want to have locked in for 5.10, but, yeah, it's happening today. And then, so I guess just jumping right back into it, yesterday, speaking with Gonzo and Herdrex, we realized that we needed kind of a different way to represent extra CFG. We were looking at it on the beta site, and we realized, like, oh crap, there's a bunch of repetition, right? And Gonzo had a pretty swell idea to change it. So right now we have, I'll just go ahead and zoom this guy in. We have the field on lists, which is did I change this already and commit it? Yeah. Maybe. Well, it was a foreign key. I'm looking at it now, and it's a... Oh, no. Jeez. Hold on. I need a sip of coffee. For mod. And so what we had was a situation where mod data for extra CFG, we had a bunch of, like, repeats, right? Like, this applies to a bunch of different mods. Apply lighting to environment maps, right? And so what we ended up with was just, that like 5 times. And then I was going to have to think about, well, how do we, reduce this? Taking a step back, Gonzo had the brilliant idea, though, that we just go from having a one-to-one relationship here to a many-to-many relationship, much like how we have on lists here. So let's go ahead and just do that change right now. Let's break the whole website. So to be clear, this is going to break everything, but we can fix it pretty quickly. But let's just get ourselves eShell going. At the other side of the street. That's almost exactly what's going on here. So when I go on bike rides, I head that away. And before I get within like a few miles of my house, it's the neighborhood that has fiber, which is everywhere. All right. Yes, thank you, Brother Gonzo. Excellent. And that will simplify a lot of things. It will simplify. I had like some goofy code to handle ground cover. Won't be needed anymore. We can just have it done, in the spirit of this whole update where we're removing hacks and rethinking how things are, So it was definitely great. And yeah, it's really like one of the last changes. Hey, Fane, good day. Thank you for joining. We're just reviewing some of the changes going into 5.10. As I was saying, almost done. Just one change needed to extra CFG. Hey, Sophia. Hello. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. Just getting this CFG generator update out the door here. We're trying to. I think today's the day. Yeah, 5.10. I think today is the day. Gonzo and I think, are going to do a little bit of, we're going to do what we need to do. We have a couple of ideas to make sure, because like all the CFG generator changes are great, except, you got to know how to use it, right? Like, let's pretend you've never seen the website before. Those changes aren't so great if you don't know what they're for. You all know what they're for. We've been working on it, So Gonzo and I are going to put together a page that looks like a mod detail page, but it's going to be kind of, it's going to explain things. And hopefully that will be, the thing that we can use to help connect people with our new stuff and help them use it properly. All right, come on. There we go. Oh, tests are going. No problemo. Well, so let's go ahead and I can just start writing this now, and I just won't save. The compulsive saver in me is going to really struggle here. Here we go. So yeah, computer's doing a lot right now, but that was pretty snappy compared to Afane. I did some major Emacs changes over the past week, removing like third-party packages, just using some built-in stuff, and yeah, just the result is a much happier time here. We have many. Yeah, see, this is great. There we go. Yeah, very nice. And we're going to put a mod in there. Keep it simple. Indeed. Yeah, well, about a year ago, year and a half maybe, I removed company mode for Corfu. company is like the framework that kind of drives these completions here that you see, right? It had like its own thing. But Corfu was built into Emacs. It used the completion stuff that's built into Emacs. And so it was another case of like ripping stuff out, having a kind of more lean setup. All right. So normally a conventional Django developer would never do what I'm about to do. But since this, here we go. Since this is, you know, an in-progress branch, I'm going to commit the atrocity of basically... So what I've done here is I've made a change to the database schema right here. And Django has what's called a migration system, whereby when you make changes to the schema, you can do a migration and it will like transfer your data over to the new thing. It's a really complicated problem. Yes, exactly. This whole website flies in the face of, you know, MVC design. So yes, F the police. So what I'm going to do though instead is, because this is in progress, you'll note here, if we just take a look, migrations, you'll note there's quite a few migrations going back a really long time actually. 2019, just, yeah, I mean, even the very initial setup of a Django project includes an initial migration. You can actually squash them all together. I might get there someday. I didn't actually think we'd ever have this many migrations, and here we are. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and delete the last one, which if we just look at it in here, this has got all the new things, right? Data path, mod plugin, usage notes. Just going to nuke this and recreate it and recrunch the database, because that's how we do things around here. Make migrations. I love that command personally. Boom, there we go. And then we'll go back to the trusty Emacs terminal. Make reset server. Enjoy a beverage if you got one. And let's look at the website again. Whoop. All right. So yeah, just going over again what we've been doing. What was what? Sector. Just going over what we've been doing. Oh, make migrations. Oh, hey. Thank you for asking. That's a great question. It's a goofy little make target in it. So while it's crunching, that's a good thing to look at while it's crunching. Migration. So Django projects all have a script called manage.py, and it's basically like your interface to do stuff with your Django project. And make migrations makes the migration files, that folder filled with Python files. It auto generates those, and when you do a migration, it executes all those. As I said, it's pretty complicated, but yeah. That's basically what's going on there, and it is a bit of a mouthful when we're using a make file to run it, make migrations, because there's a make migrate here too, right? For if we were actually sanely migrating the data. If we weren't like if we were a real website that didn't nuke the database every time, you would need this, right? Anytime you made changes to the database, you couldn't simply nuke the migration file. You would need to migrate the data if you cared about your data, which you probably do. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Hey, all right, it's working. See, it blew up. All right. So let's go fix the problem. Yep, it's a Django thing, but in general, any kind of software project that has like a database migration or a schema migration of any kind may have migrations like that. Okay, so yeah, this was written for the old one-to-one relationship here, and that's why we see it blows up on line 23 right here. Yeah, I'll just zoom into this guy real quick. So D here becomes the mod. Okay, for mod. Yeah, okay. So as I read this now, it occurs to me that I made a spelling boo-boo. Let's go back here. It's not for mod. It's for modza. Let's go commit heresy again. let's make the make migrations. Okay, that's in order. Back to here. So it's 4 mods, but we can't do this in here anymore, actually. We gotta yank that out. You'll note down here. So what's going on here is we're reading the data from the file. We're looking at each section in the data file, which is a extra CFG, like this, at each one of these. And we're trying to read what's in there. And as you can see right here, this is wrong too. All right. I'm not actually sure how to replace that right now, but I'm going to keep talking. So we get for example, we're getting the 4 mods. We're getting the text. We create this is the thing that goes in the database. This line right here is creating it, and this is some Python syntax to basically expand the key value dictionary here. And then we save it. Save it puts it in the database, and it's there now. There are certain things, though, that you cannot, like, have in the, data structure when you save it. And relations such as on lists or for mods are one of those things. You have to do it afterwards, and that's what we're doing here. We're kind of going through what the mod lists are, adding them individual, and this implicitly saves the record when you do it. The star syntax, yeah, that's some Python syntax sugar. The equivalent would be, excuse me, to I'm blanking on the word here, but to debind these values in there, right? So it'd be like that kind of a thing. Unpacking. Yeah, unpacking. There's a different word. Dereference. That's the one I was looking for. If it's the right word, I don't know. So anyways, let's stop doing this right here. We're not looking for the mod yet. And actually, there's an equivalent actually with 1 asterisk for arrays or lists, as Python calls them. If you want to dereference a list, the values in it, you could just use a single. All right, so we need to do this somewhere else, as I was saying. We need to do this after we. So we can't get. Get is just for one thing. But can we filter? Okay. I have an idea. Yeah, it's going to be an array. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of database spelunking. Here we go. All right. And so I want to do a query like this. Except for we don't have an N for mods. We're just going to do a straight up literal array here. I need some real mod names. Whoop. Just these two should be enough. Okay. So there's a query syntax we want with a double underscore. Yes, contains. That's it. I think that's what we want. Go back in the shell. Well, we need to be here for now, at least. All right. Name. Yeah, sweet. So this, again, is some more. This is some more. Hey, Detail Devil, good day. Welcome. So glad you're here. Thanks for joining. Good morning. So this, again, is some more syntax sugar right here. Double underscores. And this, so when we're not doing like an exact, the name is kind of a query. If Zorg was a programming game, kind of. Yeah, that's great, Sophia. I completely agree. And that's some of the stuff that I think we want to add for 5.10 actually. as sort of the theme of overall making the website sort of less mysterious for newcomers. So very good call out. Thank you for that. Going back to the terminal spelunking over here. This, again, the double underscore is so when we don't have an exact, when we just want to say like maybe the name is in this set of names, we'll do the double underscore in. And I forget the exact name in Django for this kind of thing. But yeah, it's some nice stuff that it gives us. So thank you, Gonzo. Appreciate that. Good looking out. Want to keep track of those things. And definitely a note to everybody. Don't be afraid to open an issue on GitLab. You know, it's sometimes the issue numbers get high and we work to lower them, but that doesn't mean we don't want more issues. So appreciate everybody who's, you know, doing that and pointing things out and helping us improve everything. All right. Back to here. So the query we want. So I wonder, wait a sec. We need to do one more thing here. Because what happens if we just give it junk? Couldn't happen from the CFG generator, really, but let's just say, let's put some typos in there. Okay, so this isn't gonna, this try except here just doesn't apply. We don't need it anymore because it doesn't fail. There's no exception here. Having nothing is not an exception. It's just a result that is nothing. So we need to say if m, perhaps. So let's say here. If m, oh hi. All right. And then as we say the real ones, m. There we go. Yeah, exactly. GitLab, those GitLab folks. You can tell they're working really hard at changing their UI. I swear, like in the last month, they've changed the UI in both big and subtle ways. I still don't love it, but I'm glad they're working on it. And, you know, you go, GitLab, you go. All right. As we were, where we were here. Okay, so if m, we're going to say for mod in m. And we got our EC object here. So this is great. It knows, right? It knows that this is a mod because when I hit period, I get some of the attributes of a mod here. That's so great. So that's my new Emacs stuff in action, folks. It makes me happy. I need a sip of water. Too much coffee. Give me dry mouth. Okay. Emacs modding. That's right. Yo, I heard you like modding. Yeah, you know, GitLab, I guess, being a smaller company, maybe relatively, they're still huge, but they're, you know, compared to GitHub, smaller, and I think it's safe to say that GitHub had like a great UI very early on, you know. They're still trying to get there. So, all right, wait. For mods, add mod. Should be it. I don't know. I think we just fixed it, folks. Microsoft super indie, yeah. Yeah, they are, man. It's that. I mean, to be fair, there's like a, you know, Microsoft is a big company with lots of distinct branches and lots of creative people doing crazy things there. Behind the Balmer, you know, or the Nadella, as it were. Here we go. Let's try and crunch again. Let's go back to our list here. Yeah, multiple mods for CFG. I think this is like, folks, I don't want to get you too hyped up, but we might, like, we might even launch or get extremely close to launching 5.10 during the stream. Really, all we need is that, you know, kind of how-to page, but it's actually wonderful you're all here because, you know, we can make that happen together, and I think it's best to have all your input. I don't know. What do you think? So what it's going to be, basically, is let's just, while that's doing its thing, let's think out loud about what that's going to look like. So I have this thing here this HTML file. It's called mod_snippet.html, and this is where the magic happens. When you're looking, where is it? When you're looking at, let's go here. Home, Fargoth. Yes. There we go here. Opt. If you go here, pardon me. I'm derping. I took the mod links off that page, yo. If you're going here, this is where all that magic happens. This little HTML mess. How many lines we got here? 227 lines, folks. But that is a template. It's not everything. That's strictly from here to here. Everything else is kind of like, thanks to Django, more Django magic. But what we want to do is, we don't want to give it a real mod. We don't want to put like some garbage demonstration mod in the database just because I feel like we can do better. Ooh. Oh, you know what? Aha. We need to actually use Gonzo's handiwork. Here we go. And so we got extra CFG alt is going to become the main one. Here we go. Hey, Senacent. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you're here, and thank you for being in the chat. Okay, got an issue. Posted more in Discord. Cool. Thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. We're just kind of wrapping up a change, and then I'll take a look at that. So thank you for joining, and thank you for mentioning that. I really appreciate it. So here we go. The alt is going to become the real deal here. Save that, save that, save that, save that. Okay. Let's try to crunch again. While we're waiting on that, let's go see what our friend said on Discord. Okay. Cool. I'm just taking a look at what you wrote there. I really appreciate it. Oh, okay. So it's not using what you put, your custom path. Okay. What I would recommend is maybe trying like a incognito or private browser session, but I think it might be like some JavaScript funkiness. But thank you for bringing that up. Thank you. I will try to duplicate that on my side. But if we look right here, what should be happening is, oh, this one got snuck in again. What should be happening is, yeah, you just type, whoops, wrong button. You know, you just put in here, hello, Fargoth. And you put down here, my game data. And this is what should be happening. Here we got, oh no, bro. It's broken here too. Hey, all right. Look at that. Let's do it live. Let's see what happened. Ooh, okay. Seems like I might have broken something. But nothing is obviously broken. I think maybe my clipboard JavaScript is bunk. Let's take a look. Yeah, because I don't even... You'll note something funky is going on for sure. Because you'll note this right here is happening. Where is that? Hold up. I sometimes put that. It's an inside joke between some old colleagues and I. Say, hey, John. Ooh, Copy to clipboard. What? I was just looking at that. Oh, okay. I did leave that in there. Okay. Let's look at our local build of the website so it's up to date. Oh. Fixing it as we break it. All right, we got 4 mod here and here and here and here. Okay. So instead, we're going to do un1 4 mods add m5. Delete that. Cool. We can't get too deep down one rabbit hole until we clean up the mess in the other one. Let's fix this. Okay. Oh, you know what? Jeez, I'm like on autopilot here. Let's go ahead and scrap that. I'm a big dummy, folks. There's an M6. M6. Oh. Oh boy. All right. Just a couple more of these to clean up. This is our these don't show up like on the main site, but this is test data garbage mods we put into the website to help us make sure that the changes we're making are good. So we just got to update all. I completely forgot about all these. We got to update these real quick. Language server still geeks out a little bit, even with eglot in the mix. That's okay. Only with Python. Only ever with Python. Which is a shame. Whoop. Attack of the Coaster. Yeah. I'll leave it like that. Whatever. Quick review of my work here. All right. We will let the computer decide if it's good or not, shall we? Okay, and then coming back to here. Okay. Oh, would you look at that? Something's missing. We just have the lone JavaScript here that handles copying to the clipboard. I made a boo-boo when I was updating the site the other day. I was like furiously hacking and didn't realize one of the changes I made was incomplete. Let's fix it right now, folks. All right, yeah. So this is what we need right here. We need to actually... that's right. I decided I didn't want to put the JavaScript for this on every single page, but only explicitly on the pages that needed it. Static.js. Okay. So we want to load set baster and set Morwinder. And we'll go ahead and deploy the website, you know, once we get to a good spot with over here. Once this works, we'll deploy the website, and you can try it, send us and let me know if it works. There might be, no, in this case, there shouldn't be any JavaScript funkiness. I think we're past that point. No JavaScript changes need to be made. So, okay, we'll get ready to do that. And we'll go ahead and... Typo. Tested in production. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That is what's up. We're effectively doing that, folks. I mean, that's what we're doing. All right. So wait, no, we're in the test.py is where we goofed here. EC4. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get away with lazy syntax here. I kind of wondered if I would get away with that, but Python says no. Okay. All right. Oh, and then let's just you know what? I've got my sister works at a vet clinic, and just is generally an animal lover. And I, a couple years ago, wrote a web-based music streaming thing in Python, and I called it Muskofidi, which is Greek for music snake. And she gave me like a plush stuffed snake. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab it. So this is my stuffed Vivi, first off. This is my thinking buddy. Vivi I've had for like 24 years. And this, yeah, and this is my snake. We keep the snake happy. And actually, you probably can't see it at home, but it has some bite marks on it because my sister's cat likes to eat things. It's like she's a dog. Beautiful kitty. But she loves eating. Like a pit bull, just eating things. It's bizarre. And she took a couple bites out of the snaky here. That right there should fix it, folks. So once that's done crunching over there, we'll load it up here locally. Clearly I need some more coffee. Oof. All right. It just works, folks. All right. Let's go ahead and... Oh, okay. Hey, look at that. It remembered that I've been working with here. Very cool. Yeah, exactly. It's our bud. And I don't know if you can hear. Kind of is shaking. All right. So let's just hop on over to the generator. There we go. That's what you want to see. All right. Well, I'm confident we can put that up there. So let's get that going. All righty. Cool. Thanks again for bringing attention to that. And I'm glad we were able to fix it like right here, right now. And I'm glad it was just me derping, basically. Because again, I was loading. We're not completely fixed, though, actually. Check it. I was loading this JavaScript on every single page. But look. If we... No. I just want to go to the... We need a direct link to the list from the CFG generator, not just the changelog. It even baffled me, and I made that page. But if we go here... Oops. This is why we need those tests. We decided that we're not going to delay 5.10 on tests, but we need them real soon, like real soon, because the tests would have yelled at me about that nonsense here. Let's fix this. So what I'm deploying right now is garbage. Just so you know, Senescent, if you go to a page, a mod detail page, it's going to blow up like that. I'll fix it and redeploy. All right. What is dynamic pages? Ah. Or maybe even just this will work. Because that is a one mod is a query set. Yeah, we're going to find out. Thank you, Gonzo. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's not a... one mod is not a query set, dude. What happened? No, it's happy. Okay. There we go. Whew. Let's go ahead and let's just utterly break the beta site. It's going to be horribly broken if you look at it now, so hold up. You know what? Let's just do another... Whoa! Don't try that at home, folks. Let's just do another quick local sanity check here. I knew I was doing something goofy somewhere else. Mod detail. Whoop. There we go. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. You must break everything before you fix it again. Or something. Snake buddy, get up here. Oh, geez. Somebody tell me I'm a dingus. Only works when you update the right thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Gonzo. I'm derping right now. There we go. There we go. So what I was checking here is this is Patch for Purist on a mod list. This is just Patch for Purists. You'll note the change in the URL up there. This page is okay. This page is okay too. Just doing a quick sanity check here of a couple pages. Okay, I think we're... good to go. All right, let's put it out there. Let's unbreak the brokenness. So this is going to take about 5-ish minutes to run. I don't know if I'm out of coffee or not yet. I'm just going to drink water. Oh boy. All right. So provided there's nothing more broken, about the things that we've just done. Add that into the mix. This I will commit separately. That as well. Yeah. This is it right here, folks. This stuff. So let's go ahead and we are Oops. Off to GitLab. Okay, Mr. Snack. It's going to guard my Steam Deck for now. Ooh, all right, where are we at? Coming back to the list here. Well, I guess while that's crunching, we can kind of get a preview of the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is MOMW Post Processing Pack. I want to be very clear that I'm not trying to say, like, these are the only shaders that matter, this is the absolute best, and this config is the only way to, I'm not saying I'm not making any declarations like that. This is just to help people get set up more easily with something that I know works and looks good. And so basically this is, you might, if you've seen some of my other mods on GitLab, you might be familiar with this kind of layout, but it's basically all the shaders that we'll use on the mod lists of the website in one kind of convenient pack that's easy to set up. And I also provide a YAML file, which is the shaders.yaml with the specific configuration values that I've set based on gameplay, and also with feedback from y'all. So if you mentioned, toning down the point lighting, and that's like something I can't unsee now. It never bothered me before, but now that I see it with toned down point lighting, it can't not have it, so that's in there. And as well as the load order, which if you're on the OpenMW Discord, there's lots of discussion about what's the right load order, what goes where and stuff. You'll note that the screen space reflections and the wet world and stuff is out of here, as are a number of other really great shaders. Special Process is a really great one, but it doesn't, in my opinion, fit like with all these other ones, right? Like if you have the linear bloom, which comes with OpenMW, with the God rays and the mist, Special Process just is a little too much. It's like blurry eyes everywhere for me, but maybe you'd like it. And the cool thing is you can simply hit F2 and add it in there, because when you download this pack, you'll have all of that. And so, yeah, just a convenient, we'll download a copy here and show y'all. A couple of pictures, these ones, but also some other ones that I took. Just show you how nice it looks. Got the README in there for folks, so you can have a reference to how to set it up. Have kind of a Bane style folder set up here. Recommended config. This is the thing that goes next to your OpenMW settings. Yeah, thank you, Ifane, for the feedback. And yeah, that was the intention, right? Definitely give these authors of the shaders credit. And I use one weird trick to avoid rehosting their work, which I'll show you in a moment. This would be the settings thing, though. You just plop this next to your settings.cfg. It will overwrite anything you have. But the nice thing is when you get into game, any changes you make are written to here and are saved, and if you want to go back to this, boom, you have this in there. And then each of these folders, is just the shaders, right? XE Shaders by Andrei Kartanov. He did some localization for these, which is really great. OMWFX by Kartanov, Wazabear, Dexter. And these are a number of MGE ported shaders, but also a bunch of originals for OMWFX. And then, of course, the great volumetric clouds we see over here by the great Zesterer. And then Wary has got some really neat ones in here, too. We only really use the follower AA, but this water and water blur shader is super exciting. It requires some core shader edits, unfortunately, at the moment. But one of the, as I am constantly saying, one of the performance bottlenecks we have is the water shader. And if we could offset that to like post-processing, doing screen space reflections, even if it's not perfect, in my opinion, if it just looks okay, it's good enough, right? Because you're not normally staring at the water reflections. As long as we get the ripple. Don't take away the ripple. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Senison, if you want to go ahead and try the website, should be good to go now. Yes. So with the shader pack, you can go ahead and you can download this guy and put those in your load order, and it should be exactly what you already have, just all in one package. But yeah, you can go ahead and nuke those. Grab this. I'll put a link actually in the chat for you, and we'll be adding it to the website for 5.10, and it will also be added to OKHi's Wabbajack as well. Set that up. Let me know any questions. I hope that the installation is easy. If not, let me know. We'll improve the documentation. And again, you should be able to go check the beta site and see your custom path. Let me know any more issues about that. And I will try it here too. Refresh the page. Boom. Hello, Fargoth. So yeah, I think we're good to go on that. It is, I think it is about that time for me where I'm going to drop my desk down. Please excuse me. All right, speaking of Wabbajack, one of the things we wanted to do was add a Wabbajack category to the website to promote the wonderful work of the wonderful people who are making these things. We've got, let's see here. I don't want it to get lost in the back scroll here on the busy chatter of the OpenMW Discord. Path of the Incarnate. So this looks pretty cool. Here we go. Pretty good. I don't, so Wabbajacks, I've learned, actually have some unfortunate limitations. Doesn't work with the GOG version, for example, of Morrowind for some reason. That being said, though, it's pretty awesome just to have it. I'm like extremely tempted to plug in my Windows hard drive and try it out. I just don't want to get Stealth upgraded to Windows 11, though. Because then I guess I won't be able to, hey, look at that. They linked to me even. That's so nice. Thank you, Clayby. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I mean, let's, I think it would be really nice to make it easy for people to find this. OK High's Wabbajack isn't quite on the official Wabbajack list yet. But, I mean, we can put that on there, too, So let's do that right now. Eventually, what I would like to do, so we have a Python code here that represents our data that ends up being the categories on the website. And if you've seen the stream before, you may notice that mod data is also in Python code. Eventually, we're going to move away from that. We're going to have that all a little bit more easily editable for folks, so you won't have to deal with Python happening. But for now, it's life. So we're just going to roll with it. That's exactly what I'm wondering. No idea. I just know that from being a sort of an observer on OK High's Discord for their Wabbajack, folks came in and had issues and are you using the GOG version? Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can't do that. I guess it's a known issue with Wabbajack, but I can't really say anymore. Seems weird though, right? Doesn't really make sense to me. You can legitimately buy GOG. Yeah. Some Steam. Yeah. It's just... Anyhow, so we're going to call it Wabbajack lists. Right? Because we can't just say Wabbajack, I feel like. And if we say lists, if you're uninitiated and you don't know about Wabbajacks, this will give you a hint about what it is. That's worthy of an exclamation point, in my opinion. All right. So that's by category. I usually goof something while I'm doing this, so we'll see. All right. I erased too much. I need something to start with. Here we go. Ooh, and one of my first tools I ever wrote. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have the CDs somewhere. I doubt they still work. And I mean, if that's your main way to play Morrowind, you know, respect. But I kind of, that's got to be rough. They don't even make computers with optical drives anymore, you know. Okay. So we need, yeah. Nexus user. Thank you. User ID, username. Okay. Clay, okay. This is handy to have down there in the lower left corner, because I don't ever remember what is first, user ID or username on this one. Yes, I know I'm a dingus. And we had a Gonzo Herdrax and I had a discussion yesterday about how we do descriptions and usage notes on the website, and a lot of times, maybe you've noticed, I just sort of cargo cult, you know, what's right here. And I'm gonna do that right now, but we're also talking about in the future updating some of these where it makes sense to mention things like, oh, you know, and taking a step back, another thing that we want to do on mod lists in general is just sort of point out to people, hey, if you've never played Morrowind before, you know, maybe Total Overhaul, really, you can wait on it. Try something else. Try I Heart Vanilla, you know. We really want to try and push people to that because it's understandable to want the total overhaul, you know. But really, if you've never played Morrowind, taking a step back, you never knew, you know, why you would mod something to begin with if you've never played the vanilla version, you know. Natural character growth and decay is my favorite leveling mod, but like I know I love it because I've played the default leveling and I know I don't like it. I digress. Here we go. Something we want to do. And so we welcome any suggestions, you know, about content. If there's, I don't want to put it like on every single mod that might be not for somebody's first playthrough, but yeah, just the paths. Wow. Weird. I, you know, prefer to get the GOG versions, but I noted on Steam Deck I couldn't like copy pasta my, for example, New Vegas install. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't. Even if I was really careful about like preserving the wine prefix, it would always like bring me to the launcher and not find like the INI and stuff. It was broken. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong there. Okay, back up here. Path of the Incarnate. Cool. Very cool. I need to disable this. I don't care. This blue squiggly line here says, line too long. Are you kidding me? Come on. Like, once upon a time when displays were very small, it mattered. Today, not really. We don't really need usage notes. So I don't, you know, as a not Mod Organizer 2 user and as a not Windows user, I don't really know anything about Wabbajacks or what's needed or anything like that. So I can't really commit to providing information about how to use them. I got to defer to the experts like OK Hi and Clay here. And I'm sure that they can put folks in the right direction. Okay. But we just got one problem here, which is... are we doing that? Maybe we don't. No, wait. mod. Here we go. I know there's one other place where we need to do this. Yeah. Wabbajack lists as Wabbajack lists. I tell you, when it works good. That's the language server thing here on my editor. I tell you. But when it doesn't work, it fails spectacularly and annoys me. All right. While we're waiting on that, I'm just going to go ahead and pull up some of the cool content that Shadow Mimicry shared about Robowind. Very excited to... because I haven't got to try it yet. Very excited to try it. Let's pull up this trailer here. Final trailer. We'll pause my music here. Wait. Hold on, we gotta pause this. I goofed, of course. Hold up. I really feel like my Flymake should have yelled at me on that, but... weird. I got the impression that for Morrowind it was not supported, but I don't know. I guess somebody... we gotta find out for sure. Let's kick that off again. Back to our video here. There we go. Multiplayer. When? I'm looking at you, Sector. Man, these assets are fantastic. What is going on there? Whoa. The FOV hurts? Yeah, well, I'm sure you can adjust it, but yeah, that looks, whoa, get me out of here. That looks pretty amazing. And so I'm expecting to hear back from Shadow Mimicry pretty soon here. And yeah, you know, we're gonna, so what we've decided is we're gonna put a, similar to our Starwind list that we have on the website, we're gonna do a, yeah, seriously, right? One-man army for sure. We're gonna have a list, mod list, to represent setting up and presenting Robowind for people, similar to the manner that we're setting up Starwind. So any minute, right? Yeah, any minute. And so that will be kind of the last thing we do for 5.10. That's like the surprised midnight edition to 5.10 is Robowind. I wasn't sure if it was gonna make it, but here we are. We're doing it live. All right. What happened here? Wow, Jack, that category. Did I goof again? Okay. Oh, yes, I did. Whoa. If you were here with me last week, on Sunday, we ended the stream with me spilling coffee everywhere, and I almost did that again. Yeah, right? I know, I'm very excited. The era of OpenMW-based games is upon us. Because this is really proof of that, you know? And I'm just looking to see, I'm excited to see, you know, maybe where people take Starwind with that, you know? Are we going to see another Star Wars total conversion, maybe based on like the Luke Skywalker era? I don't know what you nerds call that. I would love to see something like that, you know? Just because Star Wars is cool, and I think it fits well with the Morrowind kind of gameplay. The boring era. Starfield, yeah, oh, totally agreed. You know, no offense to Bethesda, and I'm really, congratulations to them, and I'm happy for them on their release or pending release or whatever. Hey, Santa, my man. So glad you're here, dude. Just talking about Starfield. I'm sure you're going to play that one before Morrowind, buddy. And yeah, we were just looking at Robowind. Let me pull up some more pictures here. Yes, these were just, man, pretty good. Seems like linear bloom shader in action here, but maybe they got some other custom shaders. Yeah, for sure. Starfield, you know, again, congrats to Bethesda. And I hope it's a successful launch for them. And I hope everybody loves the game. I probably won't play it for a minute. It's just looking good. Santa, what we got here, brother, is screenshots from a game that's made with OpenMW that's not Morrowind and doesn't use any Morrowind assets, actually. It's completely original. They call it Robowind. All right. Wow. Okay, it worked. Hey-oh. Let's take a look at that. We want to have the... Okay. My search isn't completely garbage, at least. I was telling Gonzo and Herdrax yesterday, I have no idea how I managed to write the search code that's on the website. So here's a change we need to make, Gonzo. If you want to make a note of that or open an issue, maybe just a note. An issue isn't necessary. But when something doesn't have a data path, we don't need to even, like if there's none of this here, we don't need to even show that, right? Like for a Wabbajack, we don't need to show usage info, really. So we'll fix that. Maybe even today. Who knows? Thank you so much. I think that's all we need for this, right? We got a link to Clay's profile. Yeah, cool. All right. Awesome. It's going to be party time today. We're launching this thing. I feel like it. For sure this weekend. I feel like there's nothing stopping us. Excuse me. All right. Well, I guess I like it, except for we need more. I want something right here. Actually, I want to put it on the top here. Maybe a table its own for the Wabbajack list. Let's try it. Let's see how that looks. Shall we? Mod lists. So as you can see here, should be easy to just stick it in with there on the top there. My only reservation about sticking it in with these is I don't have a metric for them. So I have the database to get the mod count on these guys. 100% accurate, 100% of the time. I don't have a raw count. So we're going to do a different table for the Wabbajacks. And they're going ahead. List, description, mod count. Let's just see how that looks. Oh, wait. Just put some junk in there. Shouldn't be that broken, I wouldn't think. Eep. Okay, I think I understand what's going on here. My CSS wants 3 fields. I'll give it 3 fields. No problemo. Author. There we go. We can have 3 fields. No problem. Yeah. Let's put author in here, huh? There we go. Everything makes sense again. No, not the YouTube. We don't want that again. I don't know what pastel pink is. I don't want to know. Here we go. That's what I want. Title. Author. And again, we'll just cargo cult this, which I think in this particular case is appropriate to do in the author's own words. Oh, I see. Okay. We're gonna have to do a little CSS hacking. That's fine. Oh, yeah, that's a great question. I'll get to that in a moment, Gonzo. And yeah, awesome. Wow, art from Igor Levchenko. That's awesome. I believe I'm familiar with their work, actually. That's cool. Thank you for sharing. I got an alert on Nexus, obviously, that it updated. Super excited for the new Quest content. And now to see the awesome art. That's so cool. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Detail Devil. So when I say cargo cult, it's an expression that I learned at my last job, actually. And it basically just means like you're copy pastaing. Or you're taking something and you're just using it without a whole lot of thought, you know. Cargo cult. All right. What were we doing here? Static CSS site.css. Oh, yeah. We're editing CSS, folks. Here we go. Mod list grid. Okay. So I'm doing a thing here in CSS called grid. And many of you may have looked at old HTML code, or maybe you did old HTML code back in the day if you're my age, in the early 2000s, late 90s, and you had table elements. And those are generally frowned upon today. They're not very semantic. They have style assumptions. And so one of the approaches that used to be, maybe it still is, maybe it's not, the way web things change today, could very well not be, but a grid, CSS grid, is kind of a better approach. And I've employed the grid on basically every page where we have a table like this is actually a CSS grid. There might still be 1 or 2 tables here or there on the website from before how I learned how to do grids. So anyway, this is a very broken grid, because the grids have assumptions about what goes where, and I don't have the count anymore. So let's try to grid. Ooh. So if you're not a programmer, what we're doing here is we're looking at code that I wrote, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, 5 maybe, and I have no idea how it works. Ooh, but we've sort of unearthed it, right? This is the grid. Okay. Right. Okay. So the mod list grid has some opinions about how to style and move things around, with specifically targeting, you know, nodes in the grid here. I do. Come here, buddy. The support snake. That's good. All right. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. This is it. So, yeah, okay. So the CSS grid stuff, let me zoom in on this a little bit so you can see it here. Right here is, so there's a couple of ways to do CSS grid. You can express your grid in just a handful of ways that are distinct and powerful. What I'm trying to do here is, yeah, oh yeah, so this is, my sister gave that to me, the plushie. So the way I express it here is I'm using some magic here. I don't really remember how this works. Auto rows though sounds magical to me. And so I think we're saying, you know, a minimum to make the row height and width maybe. I have like some bare parameters here. But this is, okay, the column. Yeah, so the row and the columns. Okay. We're going to do a Wabbajack grid. Hey, War. Nice. I was totally thinking about getting a smoothie yesterday. We have a Smoothie King up the road, and they have like a upgrade you for free to the biggest one they have on Fridays. That's nice. Wabbajack. But by the way, I'm glad you're here, my buddy. It's so good to hear from you and see from you. Yeah. They have like a kiwi something or other strawberry that I like. Oh, and I just looked over here and it occurred to me, maybe I'll pull that down and share with you. I got the Xenoblade 3 soundtrack straight from Japan, came here. I don't even have Xenoblade 3 yet, but I've got the soundtrack. I'm a little scared to look at it because they always have spoilers in the title. This should all be all we need, actually. Famous last words. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I do need this stuff. Okay. Already feels pretty nasty. Yeah, so we're just, thank you for asking, War. I appreciate you, man. You know, we have a very big update that we're working on where I have like the CFG generator feature of the website, and we're basically making that like awesome. Right now, it's not so good. It's a okay at best reference, and we're leveling it up from okay to like perfectly usable. Everything should be completely right. And, but also, I talked to you about the OpenMW Wabbajack list thing. Maybe this page rings a bell here. OpenMW Enhance. You joined OK High server with me. But there's actually more of these lists now. There's this one right here, Path of the Incarnate. And so I'm actually adding a section on the website to advertise these things because it's like, you know, I got my mod lists and that's cool and all, but and promote the work of these fine folks, really. I mean, this is exciting. This one was even using Ashfall, which is a MWSE mod for assets purely. Gosh, yeah, it looks great. Good screenshot. So yeah, that's what we be doing right now. I'm trying to add a section for them right here and make it look like that. We're getting there. So as you can see, though, I commented this out because it felt a little gross, right? This was exactly like this, just with a different name. And I remembered I could do this kind of thing here. Let's see if we can get away with this. I'm not convinced it didn't work, though. Yeah, it kind of is, right? I love it. I was like, what? Oh, that's cool. All right. Didn't work at all. Nope. We don't have the lines there or anything. Oh, you know what? There's more magic going on here. Gotta be. Right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. And it comes all the way back around full circle. We don't even need this extra thing here. We just need to conform to the rules of what I have there and not care what the names are, folks. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry. It doesn't make sense to me either. Actually, yeah. All right, list title. Oh, wait. That's not what I want. Will it blend? Hey, that's kind of there. So what I'm seeing here is that our table structure doesn't really work. That's a little bit better. Okay, so, but it's a little bit better. Not much. We just have like 2 random tables here. All right. What do we... help me out here. What heading do we put here for these? Do we call them our lists? I mean, that feels a little silly. What heading do we put there? Come back here, buddy. Ooh, okay. I like that. Nice. Yeah, so it is normal. Because what happens is when you unzip a mod, right? A mod might have like, so let's take, for example, my own mod that I wrote, NCGD Lewitt Edition. When you unpack this mod, there's like a bunch of plugins here, right? You got this one and this one, which you need to play Morrowind, but then you got these two, which you'd only need this one if you're playing Arctwind or something, and this one obviously for Starwind. So they would end up in your launcher unchecked. Sophia had the advice to just delete the ones that you're not using. I think that's okay. And you still got them in the zip file if you ever decide like you want to play Arctwind or something. But yeah, just as an example, it is normal. I'm glad to hear everything is sorted though. Thank you for the feedback. All right. I'm going to put MOMW lists here. I feel like we need a little paragraph here. Did Clay happen to put a link on here, maybe? Modlists.net, huh? Neat. That's really neat. Wow, cool. Oh, capital punishment. I just got done playing Fallout 3. Cool. All right, let's, yeah, Wabbajack, here we go. Let's just go there. I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole of their neat website. Wabbajack.org. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I bet. And it seems like they support a ton. Technically Dishonored is a Bethesda game, but it's made by, wouldn't think it's using their engine, right? But yeah, it's just crazy how many games they support. Stalker. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad you're in there, Detailed Devil. That's great. I don't think I have the bandwidth to go in there. Another noisy Discord is not what I need in my life. I'm pretty happy with this as is, except, yeah, what to write here. New Vegas is my jam, not going to lie. If there's another game that's not Morrowind that I have modded very heavily, it's New Vegas. I have a rough equivalent of Total Overhaul for New Vegas. I was going to write about it on my personal website at some point. And I've actually been talking with Simon, our friend Simon Prime. He's like really big into Oblivion specifically, but he likes all the other games. And just talking about how to do those games on Linux. Oh, yeah, for sure. Same here, man. I feel like my top 5 is sort of ephemeral, right? It's hard to pick. And yeah, New Vegas and Morrowind are up there for me. So Stalker-themed Fallout 4 mod. I feel like that would work really well. Really, really well. All right, get back. Let's focus here. Gothic, you mentioned before. That's on my things I gotta check list. All right. We'll put them Wabajacks on this website. We're going to also put OK High on here. This is a bit, I don't know if I like this. What's wrong, Johnny? I'm glad you asked. I'm like hard coding the things in here, and that just feels a bit ick. We should be doing it like this. And I'm looking at it. I'm about to add Brother OK High's list, and I'm like, ugh. Let's fix that. Here we go. Lovely. Doesn't Gothic or Gothic 2, don't they have a FOSS engine for that one? Or is it Arx Fatalis? That's the one. There was somebody who contributes to Arx Fatalis FOSS engine who used to hang out on OpenMW IRC. I thought I saw them on Discord recently, LE2. If I remember correctly, they were really big into Arx Fatalis, though. There was like a free engine. Nice. Wow, okay. I'm sure I've wish listed it on GOG. So we need Wabbajack lists. And wow, cool. Gothic 2, huh? What are you doing to me here, folks? All right. Wabbajack lists. Let's just do that so Python isn't mad. Wow. Okay. Good feedback there, Altariel. I'm so glad all you folks are knowledgeable about it. Definitely think I'm going to go the play the game vanilla at least once route, but it's so good to know that there's a wealth of mods. Yeah, me too, Gonzo. Insert plug for Starwind. Boom. It blends. That's great. Won't do anything. Oh, yeah, that's very true, Detail Devil. I may be a surprise to some folks, but I am nostalgic for classical visuals, though. But we got it right here. I mean, this is pretty... I just wanted to bang that out when I'm wondering, like, when I'm in a position where I'm at right here and I have to, like, insert a database query, it's super helpful. Drop into shell here, you know. And I'm actually just going to, like, copy pasta directly out of here. And we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to do a nested query. Hopefully Todd won't be too angry and it's not too expensive. Well, okay, this is all well and good now, but we have a few things that we need to do still. We got to add Brother OK High's list onto here. Wow, time is flying today, folks. Thank you for being here with me. Let's get that information. Where'd you go? There we go. Let's do this one. I don't need to congratulate myself in the description, although it's very nice of OK High to be so gracious. I really appreciate that. OpenMW enhanced. Let's link to his coffee here. Yeah, awesome. There we go. I will hold off on putting a link. Hey, Fane, you're funny. I'm going to hold off on linking to the Discord for now. But eventually we're going to put a link to the Discord on there for folks. I think when they have a public launch of this guy. Well, I mean, there's a link on there now. Yeah, let's do it. All right, wonderful. This is great. All right, before we do that, though, and actually, yeah, we do that now. We can do this now. We can multitask here, right? Right? Okay. Oh. I done goofed. I angered the triple quote gods. Yeah, I had some unescaped quotes in there. Ew. Whoops. All right. It's all right as rain. So saith the Python buddy. Okay, back to the mess. And we can do this in parallel. We're going to title, description, count. But we're going to do... trying to... This is slightly hacky because we're... Yeah. This is slightly hacky because we're... the Wabbajack list is a mod in the database, right? Whoops. I think that's good. We'll find out in a minute. Any minute now. By the way, anybody have Starfield? I noted that in the OpenMW changelog, there was an entry about reading Starfield BA2s. So that happened. But I wonder if anybody got it. I saw a meme about how they have vague directions and maps and stuff and was like, oh, that's interesting design. Nothing about reading NIFs yet. Not yet. Give them time. I feel like Capo is a machine and others. They're just so dedicated. Will it blend? Hey, it blended. Just ignore this. Hey, I like that. Game Pass next week. Cool, cool. Yeah. I'm with you, Detail Devil, honestly. I'm also a jaded, grumpy old gamer. Like my Cranky Kong icon is going to go someday, but I feel like it just fits me so well. Huh. Wow, Morrowind has more functional... I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. Wow. That's epic. Wow. All right. So yeah, anyways, I think this looks pretty good. Make sure the content there is good. Yeah. All right. I'm very happy with that. And so if you know about a Wabbajack list, or if you made one and you want it added onto here, please tell me or Gonzo or Herdrax, or open an issue on GitLab, or come into Discord and just let us know. Yeah, exactly. Detail Devil. All right. So I think let's take a look at the website that we got right now, right? It's up and running. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. That's right. We're all over the place. Let's add this one. Excuse me. Into the... Woo. Add this one in the database. Coffee burps. Staring at a UI element to navigate. So it's very interesting that you said that, Gonzo, because that's one of the big gripes I have with Grand Theft Auto 5, actually. And I'm going to take a moment to rant about this while I add them out into the database. But Grand Theft Auto 5 is a beautiful game, if you never played it. Over a decade old, and it still manages to look good somehow. But my problem with Grand Theft Auto 5 is that there's nothing on the screen, right? Like where you're looking at to tell you where to go. You have to look at the little GPS that is like a tiny little element right there. And if you haven't memorized the whole city, you're boned, right? Well, what would they do instead, Johnny? I'm glad that you asked. Saints Row 3 and 4, which I want to take a moment and just, send my appreciation to people at Volition. The studio recently closed. I work with some of those folks. I wish them all the best, and I thank them for everything that they've done. But yeah, on-screen GPS, Gonzo, exactly. Saints Row draws where you need to go in the center of the screen on the road. So you can just look straight at the action. Now, maybe that's less realistic. Debatable. But it makes me enjoy the game more. I digress. If you haven't played Saints Row 4, check it out. And look for a certain yours truly's name in the credits. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen that, but I would love that in my car, kind of. I'll probably hate it after a while, actually. Kind of like how I hate all these blue squiggly lines. I really hate that. No, it's not perfect. But I don't know. I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto really for a perfect simulation like that. I'm just playing it for funsies. All right. Exactly, War. That's funny. You guys crack me up. Yeah, motorcycle jets. That having been said, also props to the team that did GTA 5. Various authors. Today. 02. Oh my goodness. Okay, Gonzo, here's the plan. Let me just check and see. Did I hear back from? Yeah, okay. Shadow Mimicry has direct messaged me. And I believe I have the game files. Oh, wow, okay. Excuse me for a moment. What do we got, like 15 or so minutes to go? All right, so just, yeah. Okay, so Section 8 says, did you know GTA Online is the most profitable entertainment property ever? I didn't know that, but I assumed it. Definitely assumed it. And yeah, we're just like trying to cross the T's and dot the I's here. Shadow Mimicry wants our website to be the main download place, which is really exciting. It's on. Let's get this done real quick so we won't have to bleed too much into it. I'm going to need to get lunch and then we're kicking on that. It is a little unbelievable. Like, that kind of a fact is a little unbelievable, but when you consider GTA Online, like, they're just pumping out new stuff all the time, right? And people are playing it. I mean, I bet it's really fun. I never got into it just because I'm a single player loner, usually. I did get invited to join somebody's gang once in GTA, though. Maybe I tried and there was like some Linux specific issue. Wow, thank you for that, Section 8. There you go. There you go. So this, we don't need usage notes anymore for this, I don't think. All right. Yeah, because we're going to put that stuff, San Andreas multiplayer, San Andreas in general might be my favorite GTA. It's just still a little goofy, you know. But those RC helicopter missions can die in a fire. Forget it. I'm so bad at them. You know what I'm talking about. All right, data path order here. Let's go to volumetric clouds. Okay. In Vice City, yeah, you know what? So once upon a time, some enterprising hackers reverse engineered the Vice City and GTA 3 binaries, and I have the source for that. They got it taken offline by some angry lawyers, and I have a port of that. And I've been playing Vice City like very casually on my Steam Deck, and it's actually aged pretty well. It's decent. All right. I'll bring this on over here. What we're doing now is we're just we're gonna write the usage notes probably after the stream. Yeah, it's a little wild, isn't it? It's happening, and it couldn't have like culminated at a better time. Oh man, yeah, I'm hype. Couldn't have culminated at a better time though, because yeah, we're about to launch 5.10. It's all happening all at once. It's very like, I'm not even gonna have time for lunch really, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, we shall review it later on. And the motivation behind this, by the way, was just to centralize all of the known good shader packs and put them behind a configuration that is also, you know, battle tested. I've been using this configuration for over a year now. Jeez, we've had shaders for over a year now, folks. And yeah, so just give people one download. I never went into the one weird trick that I'm doing to not rehost all their data. So I'm using one weird trick, as I mentioned, and that would be git submodules. Well, most people, yeah, most peoples. Oh, Shoot Mania, interesting. Did they have like a modding scene too, or was it just like mostly competitive stuff? That's very interesting. We're gonna have to recrunch this just to buddy check ourselves. We got a little time. Okay, yeah, no modding possible because it's right. For competitive, that would not make sense unless you're cheating. Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm a big speedrunning fan, but I'm highly interested in speedrunning. And I feel like speedrunning is still there. Like Super Mario 64 speedrunning. GoldenEye speedrunning is still like, people are still breaking records in GoldenEye, which is pretty awesome, not going to lie. That was a seriously amazing game back in the day for me. No, I haven't. Link it up, please. Trackmania, I have heard about. Maybe? No. I was going to say Trackmania speedrunning, but no, not that. Insane SpongeBob lore. Section 8, is that correct? Did you hear that, Smallio? We're talking about SpongeBob lore over here. Wow, okay. I would love to see that. We're big SpongeBob fans over here. Oh my, all right. I will be checking that after the stream. After Robowind, probably. All right, finished. Post processing. Yay. All right. Speedrun documentaries from Summoning Salt. Oh, okay, nice. Thanks for the plug, Altariel. So yeah, I like to watch Carl Jobst. He's got like hot take commentaries on speedruns that may or may not be your taste. He likes to rag on old timers that are frauds, but he has good coverage of like Mario 64 speedruns and stuff. Summoning Salt. I will check it out because I just enjoy like. For me personally, one of the best moments of watching a speedrun is like when the person does what they're doing and then they're like celebrating and they're pumped. I just love that. I get so happy for them, you know? Billy Mitchell, yeah, oh, that guy. And I can't think of Todd Todgers, the other one. I'm sorry, Todd Rogers, that poor bastard. Oh, cool. Nice. Thanks for the link, Detail Devil. Cool. Summoning Salt. Yeah, looking forward to that. Sounds like it's going to remind me of Stray Fox, which if you've never heard Stray Fox, it's got some awesome like gaming historical stuff. Let's see here. Stray Fox YouTube. This guy. Oh, just love this stuff. They're like, these are legit documentaries. Highly recommend everything that he's ever made. Actually, I need to watch this Outrun one. And this one. Sheesh. The last one I saw was Sonic, and it was quite good. Whoop. I just accidentally closed the chat. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. Wow, there's an extra space. Man, I love that. So I'm just trying to figure out why this extra space is here. What happens if I do this? Yikes. No good. I'm just going to leave it for now. Nothing to stress out about. Okay. Oh, yeah, we have to put it into the Tribes. Yeah, Tribes was one I always wanted to play. I didn't have a PC growing up, but I had like gaming magazines that showed PC games. I always thought Tribes looked so cool. But then when I finally did get a PC, all I wanted to play was Diablo 2. You know, can you blame me? All right, so we're going to have to do a couple changelog entries for the mod list here. This would, I think, be one that we need to put in there. Post Processing Pack, replacing these ones. Bail runs, yeah. Better PC just for Bethesda. Yeah, I wanted a PC at all for them. I mean, the first time I played Morrowind, I think I've mentioned here before, was on an Xbox, and I wouldn't get a PC until a couple years later, and it could play Morrowind, but not totally great. You know, I had the original MGE. D2R, okay. I haven't checked that out yet. It's been tempting. Yeah, really, all the mod lists are just having this. And so the beautiful thing about the post-processing pack, let's take a look here, because I know you're all dying to know. I use something called Git submodules. So I don't actually have to rehost any of the shaders here, actually. These are just pointers to the actual repos. So if we click this link, it's going to take us to Zester's actual page here. What happens is, under the hood, if you git clone this, all you're going to get is just the config, the website, and all this stuff. You won't actually get these. You'll need to do a recursive clone, and that will pull these down too. And that's what happens under the hood in the CI pipeline, which is what you folks download from the webpage there. All that happens here. We're going deep down to the rabbit hole here, into the weeds. But yeah, all this happens. You can see here, it's doing the submodule update. Cloning stuff here. Down from GitHub and GitLab and the other repos, you know. So I'm not copy pasting their work. And if I want to update something, I just simply go into the folder, I update the Git repo, and boom, you know, and then I can publish a new version. So cool little hacker stuffs that we do to make life better for everybody. Graphics overhaul. Ooh, CNC re-release. That reminds me of another. We're going to plug something here. If you haven't ever heard of OpenRA, they don't quite, you know, run Red Alert 2 yet. I don't think. But yeah, this is an awesome project. Yeah, okay. OpenRA 2 is a thing then. All right, it's been a minute since I tried it, but see, games, mods, they have a kind of the identity crisis OpenMW has with regard to like content. I love this project. Okay. I do. I really do. Actually, I used to play Command and Conquer Red Alert on the PlayStation because I mentioned I didn't have a PC, but I definitely had a PlayStation that I bought with my dishwashing money. And I had a Command and Conquer playing it with a controller. No joke, it worked. It was good. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't know any better. Starwind. Open goal, huh? Let's check that out. And we're going to need some data paths. I am totally derping. Starwind doesn't want the volumetrics. Yeah, we're going to have to... Okay. Have some extra CFG for this one. Open goal. Oh. Wow, cool. That's right up my alley. Game-oriented object Lisp, I think is what they used to call it back in the day. But yeah, Naughty Dog used Lisp to make their games for a long time. This is so cool. Jack and Daxter is made with Lisp. Crash Bandicoot. I believe they use Racket nowadays. But you can read, like, the main programmer dude, I forget what his name is, from Naughty Dog, has a blog where he talks about, like, their Lisp and some of the wild stuff they did. Sony almost didn't want to certify Crash Bandicoot because they were reading. Andy Gavin, that's the guy. Check out his blog. Amazing. Mind-blowing stuff what they did. They pushed, and they also found a memory card bug that Sony denied was a bug even. Whole engine had a REPL. Yeah, I mean, that's the Lisp way, my dude. We're living the Emacs life here right now. Yeah, I mean, that's just Lisp in general. You get that when you have a Lisp, that's just what happens. You get REPLs into the live application. I mean, 2 jobs ago, I worked at a software house that the application we wrote was Common Lisp. And it was that was my introduction to Emacs and everything. And that's why I got sold, because I was like, wow, I need this. Let's check the clip. Yeah, well, it's called homoiconicity, which is basically the code and the data are the same thing. There's no real distinction, and it also has to do with how they're implemented. It's an implementation detail as well. Hold on. I need to refresh this. I don't know why I don't have sound. Oh, wait. Oh, I think my speaker died. This is pretty wild. Yeah. Wow. That's wild. I've never heard of this game, if I'm being honest with you. This is cool. Both of you, thank you for sharing. Yeah, we should have a Quake. We should have a Xonotic server or something like that, right? And also, we need ASAP. We need a Quake gameplay mod for OpenMW. I need the Dwemer Combat Arena mod where I'm playing like Quake 3 Arena in the Dwemer Ruins. We need this. We will have it. That and the lawn mowing simulator. Yes. All right. Well, we are about at time here. We got a handful of things to pull off before we launch 5.10, but we're so close. Zach did the gun thing. Yeah, the sniper. Ooh, yeah. We're so close on 5.10. We're going to be kicking that off today. We're going to be launching Robowind. Yeah, well, it's not. Maybe I'll do a shotgun stream later on, but otherwise tomorrow we'll play some Robowind before I play OpenMW. We'll continue the adventures of Calyx, and maybe we'll do a little Robowind section. But yeah, so we're about to get on that. Shadow Mimicry is waiting on me, so thank you all for joining. As always, happy modding, beautiful day, and look forward to Robowind. Cheers.